from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Crash in Maryland kills 2 men from Henrico, and a number of housing reform bills fail to advance in the Virginia General Assembly. We'll tell you about all that and more in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Monday, March 6th, 2023, and it's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
2 Henrico men were among 3 people who died in a single-car accident on I-95 near Baltimore on Friday night. It happened at about 11:40 p.m. when the 2017 Acura MDX they were riding in struck a concrete pillar after leaving the highway, according to police. Killed were 28-year-old Ronaldo Smith and 20-year-old Michael Zazim of Henrico, along with a 43-year-old man from New York. All 3 were pronounced dead at the scene. Some legislative efforts to tackle spiking eviction notices and housing and utility costs that are rising as well were mostly shot down during the Virginia General Assembly session. The state has the second highest eviction rate in the country, with almost 193,000 eviction filings made since March of 2020, according to the Princeton Eviction Lab, which monitors nationwide eviction data. Among the bills that failed to advance this session, one that would have required landlords to fully refund security deposits to tenants within 15 business days instead of 45 business days after a move-out inspection. Creation of a work group that would have evaluated policies to protect vulnerable rental occupants who were facing eviction for non-compliance. A bill that would have authorized any locality in the state to provide an affordable housing program by amending its zoning ordinance. And one that would have increased from 5 days to 14 the mandatory waiting period after a landlord serves a tenant a written pay or quit notice. Other failed bills would have prohibited a landlord from performing background and credit checks on rental applicants unless the landlord met certain requirements, and another that would have empowered the SEC to establish limitations on the authority of investor-owned utilities to disconnect service for non-payment of bills or fees during a statewide emergency declared by the governor or several other situations. You can read much more about these topics right now at henricocitizen.com from our partners at Capital News Service. A popular Richmond bookstore is moving to Henrico's far west end. Book People, which has operated from a cottage in the city's west end since 1980, is moving to a larger spot in the Glen Eagles Shopping Center on Ridgefield Parkway next door to Glory Days Grill. For details, you can visit bookpeoplerichmond.com. The bookstore will hold a grand reopening at its new location April 1st. A new smart fitness studio has opened in Henrico's far west end. Exercise Coach, located at 3436 Lauderdale Drive, is billed as the first artificial intelligence-enabled fitness studio in the state, with machines that adjust to a person's strengths and weaknesses in real time. Workouts must be scheduled in advance, and they are limited to 20 minutes twice per week. Henrico CASA is launching a new podcast called Vigilant Voices to help spur conversation about topics related to children and families, including childhood trauma. The podcast is hosted by CASA Executive Director Janine Panzera, as well as Community Engagement Coordinator Kristen Blaylock. You can catch it beginning tomorrow on the first and third Tuesdays of each month. Find it anywhere that you listen to podcasts. For details about Henrico CASA, visit henricocasa.org. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Henrico County. Henrico County is now hiring. You can visit henrico.us/jobs to view a complete list of all opportunities, full and part-time, that are currently available. To learn more about Henrico's commitment to its employees and the Henrico Way, and find out why employees like Henrico Police Logistics Asset Manager Kristen Gaines say, quote, "Henrico feels like my home. It really is my family. I can't imagine doing anything else." That's henrico.us/jobs.